Yo, 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 fellas, what's going on? This is none other than your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre. And yes, I'm coming at you guys yet again with another one, man. Today, as you've seen in the thumbnail, the title, we're going to chop it up about the Will Smith and Jada situation. That's right. I'm going to break this game down, man, and this one going to be heavy. So I'm going to need you guys to stay tuned, man, and listen to it all the way through. I usually don't get into the celebrity gossip shit, right? But unless it's a valuable lesson to be learned, and in this situation is a valuable lesson to be learned. So stay tuned, guys. Like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you can get this good player shit fresh off the press. But before we get into it real quick, I'm gonna do this one a little bit different. So we're gonna listen to the audio of Jada's and Will's red table talk, and then I'm gonna interject with my thoughts, and I'm gonna be breaking the game down as we listen to the shit together. So like I say, guys, like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you can get this good player shit fresh off the press. Let's get into it.
Yes, absolutely.
For whatever reason.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Started a friendship with August.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually became really, really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it all started with him just needing some help.
Mm-hmm.
Me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Aug first came around, he was really.
Now, fellas, pay attention. That's the first red flag. That's the first thing right there. Pay attention to this. That friendship shit. A shoulder to cry on, right? A shoulder to cry on becomes a dick to ride on, man. Never be okay with your girl having male friends, ever. Never allow that. I'm not saying be controlling with her life, but you set the boundaries that, if that's what you're gonna be doing, then I'm cool. You can't control what people want to do, but if that's what your girl want to do or women want to do, you let them do that. You can't control it, you can't stop it, but you let them do that, and you move on, man. But that's number one, man. That's a no. No male friends, because right in a woman's mind, women truly and genuinely believe that they can be friends with the opposite sex. They truly believe that. It ain't game. They ain't trying to run that. They truly believe that. What happens is, though, the guy usually has different intentions, right? There's never a situation to where it's both, strictly platonic. Now, sometimes you have a situation where, the girl wants the guy and the guy don't want her. That's very rare, you know what I'm saying? But most times the guy usually has some ulterior motives, and women don't seem to grasp that. They think that they genuinely think that people can be their friends, for the most part. I'm not saying that there aren't women that don't know this, but for the most part, women are naive to this, right? To not necessarily naive, but they're delusional in thinking that they can be friends with the opposite sex. And that just can't happen, because 9 times out of 10, the guy has an ulterior motive, as you see with this case. You know what I'm saying? But let's finish getting into it.
Really sick. He was really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And we found all those different resources, to...
Real quick, August is a dirtbag. I'm just, y'all always talk about, female nature, and niggas are dirtbags. August is a real dirtbag, you know what I'm saying? These people come in and help you, and, I don't know, man, he a dirtbag. But let's finish getting to it. I just wanted to, interject with that.
Help pull him through. And from there, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over. We
were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. One thing I want to get clear about and clean up, one of the things that was kind of swirling in the press about you giving permission, which is the only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Will, if you watch this, everybody's like, oh, Will, Will seems to be acting. For me, Will is very uncomfortable, and I can tell that he didn't let this go. And a lot of I've been hearing that they have an open relationship. They've always had open relationships. Watching this, I don't think that that's the case. I don't think that they've always had open relationships and that type of shit been cool with them. Just by watching this and watching how uncomfortable Will is, you know what I'm saying, as they talking about this. But let me continue.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably.
Yeah.
And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker. Which he's not.
But he a dirtbag.
So, because this is your red table and you brought yourself to the red table.
Now let's get into it, man.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes.
Now, right, that entanglement shit is funny. But check this out, fellas. Now, what do I always preach to you guys on my Instagram, on my videos? When y'all separate, when y'all break up, she is going to fuck somebody else, period. I don't care what she tell you. I don't care what none of these motherfuckers tell you. When y'all break up, when she wants space and you want space, and y'all chill out and y'all take a break, this is going to happen 100% of the time. I don't care what they tell you. You know what I'm saying? Especially, right? And if you listening to it, he pretty much, I don't know why, but it seemed like Will kicked her to the curb, right? So if especially if you kick your girl to the curb, if you end it, because women aren't prepared when you end it. When they end it with you, they already prepared. They already done cried. They already done got them all those ill feelings out. But when you end it, it's different. So now they stuck out there all willy-nilly, out in the open, vulnerable, trying to deal with those emotions. Like I said, when it's the other way around, they've prepared for it months ago. When your girl break up with you, she was already prepared. She's already cried about it and all that shit. But when it's the other way around, when you ice her, when you put her on ice, you leave her out there vulnerable and hurt and all that shit. And she is going to take her mind off it. She's going to do what she thinks is the best to get over it, right? Because that's damaging to them, because they're not used to it. They're not used to being kicked to the curb. If it bruises the ego, it's shocking. It's like, oh shit, my dopamine, my serotonin, my feel good, my endorphins, my love, it's all gone now. You know what I'm saying? That comfort, my beta male, my alpha male, my energy, everything she got from you is gone all of a sudden. So now they just out in the open, and they tend to cling on to, the next best thing, or the next thing that's there, the closest and most convenient thing that's there, to kind of put a band-aid over their feelings. And they usually do this with sex with other guys 100% of the time. This is nothing new, right? But I just wanted to use this situation so you guys can see this front and center. This is what happens. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how alpha you is. When your girl is out there vulnerable like that, she more than likely, you know what I'm saying, she's more than likely gonna fuck somebody else. The reason why you don't do it, a lot of you simp guys, the reason why you don't take that route is because you can't. You don't have nothing else. You know what I'm saying? It's not as easy for you to get sex. You know what I'm saying? For players, when this happens, we do what they do. We get us a new bitch to make us feel good, get our little rebound on. But the majority of you guys don't have the game to be even having women on standby and to just have women at your beck and call like that. So y'all suffer and, go through shit miserable alone. Women don't have that. Women have the luxury of, getting quick band-aids, because it's easy for them to get sex. It's easy for them to get companionship. It's a line around the block. So please, guys, I keep telling you guys, this is what happens. If you motherfuckers think y'all finna be putting your girl on ice, I tell y'all, now, if your girl violating, disrespecting you, check her, you put her on ice, you cut her off, do what you gotta do, but you gotta understand that this is gonna happen. It's a necessary evil, though, for your respect in the long run. You dig what I'm saying? Me personally, that's why I don't get caught up in the whole relationship shit, because this is a part of it. You know what I'm saying? This is 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, this is a part of it. And I ain't got time to be going through all that hurt and all that drama and trauma for no fucking real, for real love and all that shit. But I'll get into that later. It ain't worth it. But I just want you guys to know that this is what happens when you take a break. This is what happens when your girl dump you. This is what happens when you dump your girl. She get vulnerable and she gonna fuck, right? And it's crazy because the shoulder that it was the crowd, the shoulder that was there to cry on was the dick that became the dick to ride on. And who did she get? The fucking family friend, her friend. You know what I'm saying? And then watch what happened later. But let's get back into this.
Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely. I was in a lot of pain and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself.
Now, Jada is very manipulative, right? This lady 50-some years old. They've been preaching self-awareness and, finding yourself and all this fucking self-motivation talk since I was a fucking kid. Bitch, you knew you came for. You already knew that. That's an excuse. This is what Jada's doing right now. Is what I like to call thought babble, whole babbling. You know what I'm saying? It's just manipulative. This is how manipulative they are. Trying to find an excuse, and it's not like she's wrong because they was broke up. You know what I'm saying? But still, they try to make it, to minimize it and to make it, what it's not. Like I said, I don't think that she was wrong for what she did. You know what I'm saying? If you kick a bitch to the curb, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? He put on ice. They felt like they wasn't going to ever be together again. So she did her thing. That's, I can't knock that. But to sit here and say, oh, I thought that I could find happiness in it. Bitch, you already knew that. That's manipulation. You know what I'm saying? That's her wanting him to kind of, she's trying to get him to let his guard down on some old damsel in distress. I didn't know what I was doing bullshit. That's the part I'm not really rocking with Jada on. It's the whole manipulation shit. You go fuck somebody else because y'all broke up. That's cool. I ain't tripping on that. But this whole manipulation shit, and then you lying, saying that he lying, the guy August was lying and all that. Nobody got time for that manipulation shit. But this is what I want you guys to see. They are all like that, fam. And another thing real quick before I go on. Has it dawned on you guys, if you've been paying attention to social media, that all women are pretty much resonating with Jada Pinkett right now? They pretty much they understand what she's going through because they all do this shit. You know what I'm saying? They all do the shit, and y'all go through the shit, and all y'all take them back just like we'll do. You know what I'm saying? But let me finish. Let me get back into the video.
And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. I would definitely say we did everything that we could to get away from each other, only to realize that wasn't possible.
So we come to the red table. So I'm in the Jada position right now. So,
okay.
You during that time launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Yeah.
I think that
shoulder to cry on becomes a dick to ride on. You know what I'm saying? Now, did you hear what she said? I wanted to feel good. It's been so long since I felt good. Guys, when you in these relationships, when you in these situations, in these marriages, you have to keep it player. You have to continuously give the broad that feeling. 90% of the time, this is why women choose up on you guys. This is why women choose you to be in a relationship, because they're looking for something for you. They are looking for something from you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times, stability, it's stability, comfort, financial security and all that shit. But none of that trumps that feeling and wanting that excitement and to feel good and to feel sexy and to feel wanted and feel needed and to be, have great sex and all that shit. Women, this is what they are searching for. This is what they fucking need. And you need to provide this. Once you provide it, stop providing this, it starts going downhill from there. I got tons of videos. There's tons of other videos from different dating coaches teaching you guys how to keep this thing going, how to maintain your frame in the course of a long-term relationship. And I have a video about maintaining your frame in a long-term relationship. I'm gonna put that in the I'm gonna put the link to that in the description. But what happens is guys get comfortable, right? They're getting these you have to, a relationship, right? And let me just be real. A relationship is about balance, bringing both people bringing to the relationship, and it's not about one person taking and one person giving, because that's exploitation, right? It's about both give and take, and what women want to receive from you is that feeling. This is why they give you the submission and all of this shit. They give you the submission and the cooperation is because they want that feeling from you. They want the security and the financial security, but they want that feeling. This is how you get submission, right, from your woman, when you give her that feeling. Once that's lost, it starts to die, right? And this is what she's saying in this sense, is that she wanted to feel good. Will stop making her feel good. You dig what I'm saying? Probably beefing, arguing, not understanding how to, maintain his alpha, maintain his player throughout the course of the relationship, and the shit gets stale. And the more that happens, the more women get frustrated, resentful, bitchy, combative, argumentative, and over time the relationship ends. And the minute it ends, they are vulnerable, they crying, they hurt and shit, and the next back, here come August right here to swoop in and clean up the day, and it's a good feeling for them. You know what I'm saying? It's refreshing. So basically what happened was August refreshed her, basically pumped her back up to go be back with Will. That's how I look at it. But women need this. You have to provide this. If you don't provide nothing else, you have to provide this feeling, and you cannot stop providing this feeling. I'm not saying overdose on it, but you need to learn how to give this feeling in doses. You can't be too much, because if they overdose, it becomes overbearing, and then you're an overbearing person. But you need to learn how to dish out this feeling. This is very important, guys, if you don't want to end up like this. Let's continue.
It has a lot to do with my codependency, which is another thing that I had to learn to break in this cycle. Just that idea of needing to fix and being drawn to people that need help, whether it's your health or whether it's your addictions. Mm-hmm. There's something about that childhood trauma that feels as though it can be fixed through fixing people.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is why I call her manipulative. And all women are like this, man, manipulative like this. What does that have to do with sex? All of this shit has nothing to do with sex. I wanted to fix him and heal, and just none of that has to do with sex. Therapists heal, but therapists don't fuck everybody that come into their office. You know what I'm saying? That's what friends are for, right? What does that have to do with sex? It's that sounds easier, and women know that this sounds easier to their man. This sounds, in her eyes, this sounds easier than you wasn't turning me on. I didn't get turned on by you. He turned me on sexually, and you didn't. That's what this is. It's hard to say that though, because that's very painful. Women know that'll kill our egos. That is very painful to hear. So they manipulate the shit and codependency and I just wanted to hear. That don't got shit to do with fucking. That don't have shit to do with sexual attraction at all. Codependency and sexual attraction don't go hand in hand. Don't fall for this bullshit. When your girl be trying to explain all that old dumb shit and why she did this and why she did that, don't got nothing to do with physical sexual attraction. What it is I wasn't turned on by you, and I was vulnerable, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to feel good.
Versus fixing me.
Yeah.
And I think that whole process with Og really showed me that and taught me that. And I'm really grateful for that lesson.
I feel like that husband, like I'm with you at the press conference. I'm that husband, now I gotta be with you at the press conference while you tell the world about your transgressions.
Well,
Like I love my baby. I'm gonna stand by my baby no matter what.
Well,
that's most of y'all.
I definitely.
That's most of y'all. That one-itis shit. This is what Will has one-itis. I ain't gonna call him a beta male. Listen, I ain't gonna do all that because if I'm calling him that, I'm calling all y'all that because the majority of y'all that inbox me and DM me, y'all be having this exact same problem. Half of the emails and DMs I get is the exact same shit. So I ain't gonna sit and call him none of that like everybody else is. What I'm gonna say is he does have one-itis. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm cool on that. But anyway, let me continue.
Understand why it would look that way or feel that way, but I actually don't look at it as a transgression at all. Through that particular journey, I learned so much about myself and was able to really confront a lot of emotional immaturity, emotional insecurity, and I was really able to do some really deep healing. You know, and as I came through and started to realize certain things about you and I, he decided to break all communication with me, which was totally understandable.
Now listen to what happened.
And I let that be, and hadn't talked to him since. So it is a little.
So they break up, right? He get in there, he smashing up. He maybe was catching feelings, I don't know, but he did his thing, and he ain't talked to her since. Go back to your husband. He basically got in there, smashed her, and tossed her back to him. But if let her tell it, they was friends and I wanted to help him and codependency and all of this shit, right? I thought y'all was friends. If y'all ain't talked, because they say this happened 4.5 years ago. If y'all ain't talked in 4.5 years and all that, what type of friend is that? Y'all was friends, right? You see what I'm saying? Fellas, don't go for that friendship shit. That's my friend. Fuck that. No. That man did what he came to do and that's it. You know what I'm saying? He came in as the damsel in distress and, the friend and played the backdoor route and had his little fling and he on to the next. This is what happens. You know what I'm saying? So y'all watch that friendship shit.
Weird that all this stuff is coming out now since this was
because for me this was years ago, right? So the fact that it's
all right, but that's it, man. But yeah, that's that, fellas. That's that. Now, I really hope you guys are paying attention to what's going on. Jada pretty much represents what happens. This is not common. I guess it's common. It seems as though it's all banned because they celebrities and they had this, image of the perfect marriage and the perfect couple. But this just goes to show you that it happens, bro. She's a broad, Will Smith's a guy. This happens. Celebrity and money and all that shit, it don't change the fact that it is what it is. And y'all know my slogan, y'all know my saying, a bitch is a bitch. I don't care what happens. You know what I'm saying? I don't care where she from. I don't care how much money she got. She want to feel loved and needed, and they get vulnerable, they fuck and all that shit just like anybody else. So I hope you guys learn something from this, and like I said, I didn't make this to throw Jada under the bus, and that ain't what I do. I don't shit on women. That's not what I do. I'm not mad at her for sleeping with somebody else, or I'm not salty. That don't make me mad. That don't I'm not looking at it. My thing is how I just want to point out to you guys what happens, and I want you guys to know what whole babble and thought babble look like, and look at how conniving women are as far as being manipulative and delusional and shit like that. I want you guys to see this firsthand. This is why I did this. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't to be, like I say, salty and bitter like most of these other motherfucking dating coaches gonna be like, I don't want to say dating coaches, but all this old red pill, MGTOW shit is going to be, that ain't what I'm doing. We players over here. We look at situations, we analyze them, and we learn from them. We take the game from it and we add the game to our repertoire and we grow, and it makes us better men. That's what we do. And that's what I wanted to do with this situation. But anyway, guys, that's it for that. Both of my courses are available. How to Attract Women 101 and How to Make a Woman Fall in Love and Obsess Over You. Go get both of those courses. Hit me up on Instagram at King Dreism. Also follow me on Twitter at the same thing. Visit my website if you need coaching. You can hit me up on Instagram, social media. You can email me, or you can go to my website, which is www.kingdreism.com. But that ends that, fellas, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you made it all the way through to the end of the video, for rocking with me, type, a player in the comments. Give me a player, hashtag player in the comments if you made it this far. But anyway, guys, this gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre, and I'm gone.